Ciao, what's up everybody? Alright, so, you know when I'm on Wind Way, it's probably going to be an information video. Well, it's about international tourism again because they keep releasing articles that are all the same with the same information, and other YouTubers are getting people excited to come here potentially this year. I'm kind of here to go through the information with you and go through the experience of contacting travel tourist agents here to try to go to anywhere else besides Saigon myself, and what that incurs. And yeah, short story short, there's no regular, even close to regular kind of traveling in Vietnam this year. I've been trying to advise people. I'm not telling anybody what to do, but I think you're pretty insane if you are trying to plan a vacation here. Now this applies to, the only thing this applies to is somebody getting here, and it's going to be pricey as all shit. It's going to cost you thousands and thousands of USD to do this option. It's for someone that already holds a TRC card here that doesn't need to get a visa. So someone that is married and has either the 3 or the 5 year, or has a business TRC that's still valid for another year or 2 years or half a year, whatever it is. Investor visa, same thing. So whatever your TRC, if you already have the TRC, it's looking like at the end of this month, and they're not even doing this thing to the end of the month, by the way, that it might be feasible for you to get here through like a lot of craziness. So I'm not going to read the article yet, but first things first, you have to book through a tour guide or a tour company. There's no choice about that. You cannot solo book. You can't even solo book like your airline, really. You can't solo book anything. You have to go through a tour company. You have to go with a group of people. They've taken away the quarantine at like 2 of the areas. Phu Quoc still is not vaccinated all the way yet. Their plan for like having all these sites vaccinated is like the end of this month. So while they're cleverly saying international tourism this month, what they really mean is hopefully we got enough of these places vaccinated by the end of the month that we can do it. And it still hasn't officially come out with the letter with the red stamp, so none of it's even official. So like, you're booking, if you are going to book this, you're booking on a hope and a whim, and you don't know if that hope and a whim is going to not come true, come true. What if, I can give you a bunch of scenarios. If Phu Quoc has like 100, 200 cases of COVID, CCP virus, none of you guys are going to Phu Quoc. Same with Hoi An, same with any of these places. So all it takes is a flare-up, and a lot of these places aren't very highly vaccinated yet, you know. It's odd. The most vaccinated place, one of the most vaccinated places in Southeast Asia now is Saigon, but there's no plan on that until like, they're saying January, but the way I'm reading it is March at best. So let's read the article, and then I'll go through my trials and tribulations with talking to leasing agents. I don't want to put my mask on, so I'm having a drink here, and we're just going to sit on the bench. I'm not around anyone. I'm in a 6-foot bubble, so cry all you want. International travelers who are fully vaccinated or have recovered from COVID-19 can visit 5 destinations in Vietnam with no quarantine mandated starting this month. Now in other articles you can find it's not until the end of the month, the 24th, 25th, 26th, I want to say. The government office announced Tuesday with Prime Minister Pham Binh Minh has approved a pilot plan to welcome international visitors. Again, we still haven't seen that pilot plan. Still haven't seen the official document with the red stamp on it. Sports and tourism. Alright, so instead of looking at me, let's look at people walking by. We got enough of Fat and Broke's face. We'll just kind of move the camera around. I walked like 14,000 steps today, so. The plan will be carried out in 3 phases. The first phase that will open this month, foreigners will be able to visit Phu Quoc, Da Nang, Quang Nam, home to the ancient town of Hoi An, Can Ho Province, home to Nha Trang Beach Town, and Quang Ninh Province, where famous Hai Long Bay is located. Again, none of those places are vaccinated yet, or even close to fully vaccinated. Phu Quoc, I think, is the furthest along, so that's probably the most realistic. I still can't go to Da Nang. so I don't see how international people would be able to go to Da Nang. I can't really go anywhere but Dalat right now, and I have to book it all through an agent. Now they're telling us maybe by like the end of the month, Hanoi and all this stuff, I can maybe go to Hanoi now. The agent, none of them are sure either. They're like, maybe. You can talk to 5 different tourist agents and you'll get 5 different results, and none of them have a whole bunch of confidence. Really, the sentiment is I would probably wait 3 or 4 weeks if I was you. So that's the telling sign. They will be allowed entry. Travelers must show a valid proof of vaccine as well as pre-departure COVID test, 72 hours. The Vietnam authorities will accept test results done with loop-mediated amplification or PCR. Visitors will also have to furnish medical or travel insurance, including coverage for COVID treatment worth at least 50,000 USD, and book a package tour. There you go, proof's in the pudding. Have to book a package tour. Have to have $50,000 of coverage for COVID. I don't know how much that insurance package costs. They probably shill it to you at the tour group place. It's probably a couple $100, $100, less than $100. I don't know. They must install the iGov-N application, so another app, and use it during Vietnam. No quarantine is mandated, but masking is required. Let's do a little walking now, so it's not all just like one thing. I can walk, talk, chew at the same time. Let me get my diaper. Need a good old face mask. Where you at, face mask? A few moments later. I think I have a vintage blue one. Let's see. Yeah, I do. So like, again, I think you'd be kind of crazy to do it, unless we'll talk about the TRC caveat after we finish the article. And sure, maybe I would consider it if I had a family here and I have to get back here now for like maybe medical emergency or like something along these lines. Stay masked up, guys. I can go walk around the people without offending the people. Hello, Reddit. Enjoy my first 5 minutes with no mask. Thank you for pushing a lot of views to my channel. You guys rock. Anti-fans are the best. Oi! Okay. Make sure I'm not dropping anything, leaving anything. Okay. And this guava drink tasted like guava shit. So this is what? Hate it. They put like old shitty guava in it. Wasn't ripe. Tastes like fruit smoothie, juice smoothie. All right, back to the title at hand. On the first day of entry, visitors must do a rapid antigen test on themselves, and if the results are positive, they will be taken to a medical facility, and treatments will be done there. So, wow, that's a big deal. What if one person has COVID in your group? Who knows what's going to happen to your whole group? Are you going to get pulled into a centralized camp for 2 weeks? Where's your treatment going to be? I sure don't want to be doing 2 weeks. Wow, he's running. Run, Forrest, run! You sure don't want to, you know, be risking that, in my opinion. I mean, it's totally up to you. Whatever you want. She's taking the selfies for her friend. It's totally up to you to take that risk, but that is one of the risks you run into. Will be borne by the insurance. So, like, yeah, the insurance you buy it all. That's what they use that money for. I wouldn't be so worried about the insurance thing since they pretty much make you have it. It would be more so the worry that you're going to be in a centralized camp at the Coochie Tunnels for 2 weeks or something. Doesn't sound like a good vacation to me in any kind of way. Visitors who want to see their families in Vietnam can register with the tour operators. That's all it says about that. It's so open-ended, but I can tell you if you're going to be on a tourist visa, that's probably not going to happen for you. I don't even know what visas they're going to issue. They still haven't officially put out a plan on what is it, the 30-day, what is the visa. We don't know that yet. So until they give more information on it, This is all just like speculation on like a written article that's a draft that's proposed that hasn't been through set. So like, don't let someone else hype you up on this, like plan for November, start getting ready, start doing all this stuff when there's no real roadmap to it. It's just all, hey, we're thinking of doing this. This sounds like a good idea. Next time we'll change it to a different idea. Like, so I'm trying to set like realistic thoughts. But let's see. The second phase is supposed to take effect in January next year, allowing tourists to travel to other destinations allowed in the first phase after they have finished staying in one of them for 7 days. So while you're still not in a quarantine, you have to stay wherever you go for 7 days. So if you go to Phu Quoc, you have to stay at your hotel for 7 days. You can only go to approved restaurants with the tour manager. So like, it's going to be some tour place that's got a buddy's restaurant that you're going to. Like, it's all, none of it, it's such a wacky proposal. I would say it's just going to be for like millionaire Chinese people and stuff, like rich people. And then on top of it, all the hotels they picked at all these places are 5 to 6 stars, 50 to 150 bucks a night. Insanity. Like, none of the regular restaurants are open, only a select few that the tourist place is going to work with. So I mean, if it's not all starting to add up, it should now. That it's a super wonky system, and they're kind of making it so you can't come here and do free travel. They don't want you to right now. Like, kind of take the hint that Vietnam isn't interested in you coming back and freely traveling around Vietnam anytime soon. They're trying to still control this thing and fight the invisible enemy. So until their stance really moves towards let's live with COVID and rebolster international tourism, it's like a failed wonky plan that's for like a 1%. Now again, let's talk about somebody with the TRC, like I was saying. Well, if you've got thousands of dollars to waste, you know, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, I don't know what the total cost is going to be, the flight and everything. I think maybe possibly you could just stay for 7 days at one of these places and then book a flight back to Saigon or wherever you're trying to go to your family. And then maybe probably do a 7-day at-home quarantine there. Again, there's no real anything written or known about this, so all just speculation until that document comes out that has the stamp, and it could come out tomorrow. They could, this is the wonky thing with Vietnam, they could tomorrow, for all you know, just come out with a stamped document. It's like, hey, yeah, we just decided all that was stupid, we're going to allow international tourism again, 1-day quarantine, do some negative tests, install some app so we can track you, come on back. You never know with Vietnam. This is how Vietnam works. And you have to understand that, like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. That is the way Vietnam works. I hope I didn't drop my key. Oh, it's right here. I like the new key for the ground. It's easy to feel. So it's such a difficult thing to try to like book. I know a lot of you guys are like jonesing to get over here, whether it's travel or family. A lot of things aren't open outside of Saigon and Hanoi and Da Nang as well. Like, everything isn't open everywhere. So the third phase, there's nothing on it. So I kind of ran over why I think it's a joke, why I would not even consider planning it. You know, you're not going to be seeing any kind of like Vietnam you're used to traveling, you know. I would just buy your time, watch my videos. I'll give you as much as I can, you know, update wise and content wise, and let you see what's going on here, and then start to make an educated guess. Again, I'm still in the time frame of, if you gotta be here emergency, probably plan for January, family thing. If you're trying to do like kind of normal tourism, June, that would be my roadmap. And I wouldn't be booking anything until it's official. That's me. I don't like canceling shit. There's always some fees. Sometimes you can get, you know, no cancellation fee on your flights and hotels and stuff, depending on what service you use. But for me, for the most part, I would wait. Rates are high right now for everything, anywho. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the sham of a international tourism coming back supposedly this month. Now, I didn't find the other article, but the other one I read about a week ago was they were outlining end of November for everything, because they still need time to quarantine and set up their little scheme at each of these places. I guess I'd be most keen about Nha Trang and Da Nang, but there's nothing to do in Nha Trang, even if it opened up. All the restaurants are out of business. There's no bars. You're gonna pretty much just be hanging out at a hotel, going to the beach, and then sailing club, I think, is like the only thing open, and the restaurant next to it. So that's gonna be the first place I'll try to get to, is Nha Trang, or Dalat, or Da Nang. So once I can get there, you'll know, and you'll see it on video. I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover on that. I don't have any more. I don't have any more to add. Again, this is not factual information. Don't let any YouTuber tell you any of this is factual information. I'm telling you, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So don't take anything I'm saying as God's gospel or how it is. Do your research on your own, figure it out on your own, and yeah. Disclaimer, 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 disclaimer. Vietnam's great. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Stay frosty. See you on the next one. Hope this helped you make some decisions. Peace out.